Gooner Fanzine TV, just in the shadows at Emirates after Arsenal's dramatic 3-2 victory against Vitoria. Here with Dan, the man who's just come straight from Unai Emery's post-match press conference. What was it about tonight, Dan?
I mean, the main question was on Mesut Ozil, of course, absent again. I think 5 games in a row now he's not been in the squad. He was asked about Mesut Ozil and what his future is, and he didn't want to be drawn on it. He said he wasn't involved tonight, that was a decision, and this isn't the time to ask this question. I mean, what is there to say? He's clearly been frozen out. It doesn't look like he's going to get back in the team anytime soon. And Arsenal fans obviously want answers, don't they? So a bit surprising that he didn't give an answer. So we'll have to wait and see if he does answer any questions on him in the future, because I'm sure there will be. Yeah.
What was his general demeanour? Was he obviously must have been happy with the result, but that papered over a lot of cracks, didn't it?
I mean, he was as he always is. You know, I think he's just kind of got one kind of tone and mood. Apparently he was quite defiant in his press conference yesterday before the game. Yeah. Obviously, a lot of criticism surrounding him and his side. But yeah, tonight he just obviously talked about didn't talk about Ozil. Was quite complimentary for Nicolas Pepe. He was saying in the first half that they didn't control the game as much as he wanted. Yeah. He talks a lot about control, doesn't he? Yeah. In the second half, he said, we created more chances, which I don't think they did personally, but there was more of the control of the game, which I do agree with. So, yeah, I think he was probably happy with the second half performance, but not with the first. So,
well, why does he think they didn't control the first half then?
Well, I think obviously Vitoria got a lot of chances, didn't they? So I think that was really a concern for him.
So he's not happy with his defence, then he's not happy with the team.
You could read it that way. I mean, he doesn't really give a lot away to Unai Emery, so it's quite difficult to say, he's unhappy with this, he's happy with that. He always kind of seems to talk about the same thing, which is not really what you want when you're playing poorly and fans want answers.
Yeah. What other questions were there tonight then?
There was obviously a lot of talk about Nicolas Pepe. He was really complimentary about him. Obviously he said it takes time for a player to adapt, which is certainly correct. It has taken Pepe some time. But he said, he's a really good player, he's a very good player. And he showed tonight just what he can do. He did say, quite interestingly, that he was watching Pepe during the week after training and he was taking free kicks from that kind of position. Okay. And he said that when he saw Pepe step up, he was confident he was going to score, whether that was for both or just one, I don't know. But yeah, he was fairly confident that Pepe was going to score. So
he was more confident than we were with that first one, but it was fantastic, wasn't it?
2 brilliant free kicks from Pepe, really showed fans why the club paid that much money for him. Really good from him, and it'll obviously boost his confidence. He's looked a bit shot of confidence, hasn't he, in his first few Arsenal games. So yeah, massive for him. I did tweet saying, these goals are as important for Pepe as they are for Arsenal in terms of the context of the game. Yeah. So yeah, huge for him. Yeah, and
Emery sort of touched on this season. Pepe's a real confidence player, isn't he? Yeah. That'll give him a massive boost ahead of Sunday and a difficult run of games now.
Yeah, hopefully, that will help us see the best out of Pepe. He's shown glimpses, but he's not really done it, especially on Monday night, that missed chance. Yeah. But you could see on Monday night that he was improving. It was probably one of his better performances, and obviously tonight he made a massive impact. He was very influential, won Arsenal the game, and they wouldn't have won it without him either.
Yeah, absolutely. Was there any talk about the back line, especially in terms of Bellerin and Tierney returning?
No, there wasn't, unfortunately, but I think looking at it from, as I was in the press box, there's still a bit of concern over how rusty Bellerin and Holding are, especially Tierney. You could probably blame for that first goal. He was caught out of position, wasn't he? But yeah, it's still going to take time for them to get back to match sharpness and get back to their best. So I wouldn't expect them to come straight back into the team. In the Premier League team.
And was there any talk about Lacazette at all? Did Emery mention him at all?
He did talk a fair bit about the attackers, obviously, in the context of Pepe and how important they are, and he mentioned people like Lacazette and Aubameyang, Danny Ceballos as well, which I found a bit weird, because he's more of a deep-lying playmaker, isn't he, rather than an attacking midfielder. Yeah. But nonetheless, he talked about their importance and them having confidence and helping the team. Obviously, he did look a bit rusty tonight, didn't he? His kind of final pass, and it didn't really look sharp in front of goal. But a game like this is important for him to get that match sharpness back. So hopefully we'll see him return to his best in the coming weeks.
Absolutely. And was there a word on Arsenal's opening goal scorer, Martinelli, who again had a good game?
There wasn't, but he has praised Martinelli a lot in the past, and I think it's clear to see that he has really adapted. Yeah. And he's doing brilliantly well. Obviously, he scored in every game he started. I wouldn't be surprised maybe if Saka continues to struggle in the Premier League that someone like Martinelli might come in. Yeah. Maybe Emil Smith-Rowe I thought was quite good tonight, linked well with Tierney down the left. He's coming back from a concussion, I think it was, so it's still going to take him some time to return to his best. But he's a player that I've always looked at as someone who is obviously really promising and among the best youngsters that Arsenal have. Yeah. So, yeah, as for Martinelli, really good performance from him tonight. He always looks like someone who's going to cause problems and is lively and is dangerous. And he's adapted really well, hasn't he?
Absolutely. I'm just touching on Smith Rowe there. You obviously tweeted before the game about that Colchester United Youth Cup game in the 6th round. A couple of years ago we saw Smith Rowe. It was an influential
performance in that night, wasn't it? He scored a superb free kick, if I remember rightly. And I think the issue around him could be what is his best position. He said in his programme notes, he was in an interview in the programme with him tonight, and he said, he likes to play as an attacking midfielder in a more central position. He did that in the first half, and I think he played okay in the first half. He had that one chance that was deflected. He had that nice little turn inside the box, didn't he, where he almost had a chance at goal. I think he was better in the second half when he moved out to the left-hand side. Him and Tierney linked really well down that side. Some nice, clever little touches, used the ball well. He maybe should have taken that chance better early in the second half. Yeah, he's a really promising player for me and someone who I'm a massive, massive fan of, and I have been for a couple of years now.
Absolutely. So that's 3 wins out of 3, 9 points out of 9. What's the feeling from Emery? Is it relief? Is it expectation that Arsenal should have gone through? He plays his cards up quite close to his chest.
Yeah. But there probably was a sense of relief tonight, understandably. Pepe got him out of jail, didn't he? After another poor performance. It's kind of similar to what we saw at Sheffield United. Didn't really create much. Yeah. Looked poor at the back. Lacked tempo, lacked intensity. It was more of the same, which is a real shame. But I think there was a sense of relief, and hopefully he can, motivate this team and look at himself and say, my tactics aren't helping this side, the players in this side, and I need to change it. And hopefully we'll see that sooner rather than later. Yeah, absolutely. That's Dan the Man. Thanks very much for watching. Like, comment. We want to know what you think. As I say, Dan's come straight from Unai Emery's press conference. We've got a valuable insight there from Dan as ever. Just keep watching Gooner Fanzine TV and cheers.